Limited edition, Wednesday, June 30th. I'm your host, Russ Eltman, joined as always by my co-host there, NFT God, and a very special guest, Crypto Poppy, joining us on today's show. We got a bunch to get to. Let's jump right into it. We're going to have a little NFT drop consortium. A lot of drops to get to. So many different products out in the marketplace. But first off, Crypto Poppy, obviously astutely putting his Twitter handle in the name right there. That's where you can find him on Twitter. Yeah. But Poppy, go ahead and give us some background on your involvement with NFTs, the crypto community, how you got into it, how it's grown since that first day, and where you kind of see yourself in this space as we keep going forward.
Hey, Russ, thanks for having me, man. NFT God, man. Always a pleasure talking with you.
For sure.
So, my journey started with crypto 4 years ago, and I've been trading, investing, and day trading, week trading, whatever. And, I discovered NBA Top Shot sometime at the wrong time at the end of February, and aped in right away. And certainly that introduced me to NFTs. And just through Top Shot and watching other influencers, I started to get to know sort of the rest of the NFT world. And, naturally started engaging on Twitter, and the rest is history. Now I'm basically an NFT degen full time.
Yeah.
So what first intrigued you about crypto? Obviously, you got the Bitcoin beanie right there, and that's what first. It's funny. It's funny to see the people that start with NFTs and then get into crypto as an investment versus starting in crypto, and then obviously the crypto has bred off the NFT community. So how did you get started way back when?
That's a good question, man. So the interesting thing about this is that my background is being in technology. So right away, the tech just got me. And, as I entered the NBA Top Shot bear market, I also entered the crypto bear market in 2017, right at the end of 2017, 2018. So right after it went up, that's when I heard about it and then got in on its way down. And so I had 3.5 years of bear market to basically just study the technology and just say, yeah, I'm in it for the tech, right? And so I just fell in love with the technology and the power of the technology and what it could do. And my imagination back then was running wild. There really, straight up, there wasn't that many projects that were not just a white paper with not much substance. So it was more about the imagination and what it could do. And then as I found NBA Top Shot, my mind was blown. And I couldn't believe that I actually didn't know about NBA Top Shot. Partly it's because I wasn't on Twitter. I was mainly just basically doing my thing with crypto. And so the moment I saw NBA Top Shot, I said, holy, this is it. This is the crypto product that we've all been talking about. Me and my buddies who have been investing in crypto. This is finally the first legit crypto product that is not obviously Bitcoin, being a currency, or ETH and all of the utility it has, but it was like a household name type product. And so once I got into NBA Top Shot, I realized, there's a lot more in this NFT space. Then I started to discover all of, what I kind of call like the MetaMask based NFTs.
Right. All of the kind of OpenSea and all the different projects that we've seen get exploded here over the past few months. NFT God, kind of take it where you want, my man, but we have had lots of NFT drops lately, a lot of different products coming to the market. Like we talked about last week with NFTs Anonymous and I think NFTs Anonymous and Tong last week. It can be difficult sometimes to wade through the mess here and there, but I feel like you guys have found a decent little decent formula in trying to find good assets, and we're about to talk about them right now. What have you seen lately, and what are the biggest drops that you want to get to as we start off the show?
First, I have to say hello to our number one fan, Sophie.
What's up, Sophie? Big hi there. All caps hi. I love that.
Yeah, it's my child. She's upstairs.
Nice.
Yeah, she's upstairs watching. I'd first like to talk about the last drop that I was part of, the big drop, I guess, is the Bulls. Those BOTBs, man. That was a crazy drop. Like the drop itself was 10,000, but how it worked is the ETH got up to like 0.8, which is like 13 to 19. It got up to like $1,900 just to do to 10. 10 was the max. Yeah. And it just kept climbing. I was on there for like 300 at the very beginning, and it just kept saying too low, and I kept increasing, and it just kept skyrocketing. So I just canceled and I bought secondary market, and I snagged a few good ones. I got one that's in the top 500, so I'm happy about that. I love the artwork on these guys, and I was going through them yesterday and looking, like, they have many different features. Like, there's like 5 or 6 different mouths that are like poses, and then their eyes are different. There's a lot of different things going on with these guys. It's not just like some straight up just still picture with just different colors and stuff and traits. Like, they actually put some time and effort into this project for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. NFT God, I had the exact same experience as you. Tried to mint 10, and I wasn't gonna get unreasonable with the gas. I've done that before, gotten unreasonable with gas, and then the project went very south, and it's like almost impossible to recover your funds if you do that.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of faith in the project going in, actually, for the same reasons as you. I don't know the artist himself. His name's Rui Duarte. I know he's at least a well-known artist, and the hype. This was the first project that I think I saw 5,000 Discord members before mint. So you knew the hype was there. You knew that it was going to sell out. That was a no-brainer. The art was good. They showed enough artwork that I was like very interested in it. Same thing, missed out because of the gas. Same thing as you. I went into the secondary market and I bought a couple of bulls. Actually, one of them under 500 as well. I bought an alien. And
you got an alien? Nice.
Yeah, and I still love them. They've gone down 50% since I bought, and I thought I bought the dip. So they're
really? 50%?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know that.
And that's how it goes, right? That's what happens with these. With a lot of these projects, we gotta wait out the whatever, the weekends and whatever. We'll get back up there. I think the good projects do tend to, like Gutter Cats, right? Like the good projects tend to do this. I mean, come on, we all remember what happened with Gutter Cats and how bad that fell.
My God, the drop itself was so flooded in the beginning, and
right.
And as you know, a bunch of us, we bought into that FUD, and we're like, we're gonna go buy in. I bought in a whole bunch of them for like 0.2, 0.15, and I sold them for like 0.7. And yeah, we just go right to the next topic, Gutter Cats. I mean, shoot. I was sleeping when they made that huge announcement that they're like that video game. Like, what the heck? They have a video game now where you're fighting a leprechaun, and they're doing an airdrop next week. And they did all this while I was sleeping one night, and I woke up and both my cats were gone because someone bought them for sure. And that was at like 0.75, I believe. And last night I was on Tong's show last night, and we were talking about the Gutter Cats. And he's like, yeah, I got mine listed right now for like, I think he said 1.6, 1.7. And it was a good one, too. It wasn't just some nappy one. It wasn't a Flora cat. And he's like, yeah, when I get off this, I'm going to go see what the prices are. He's like, before we started, it was 1.2. And when we ended the show, I believe the floor was at 1.85 or something. It was like 40 minutes later. It shot up like 0.6. And I mean, that's like,
this was last Wednesday.
What's that?
This was last Wednesday.
No, last night. Last night it shot up.
Last night.
It shot up over $1,000. The floor did. It was nuts. Yeah, I mean,
you're guessing that's because of the expansion of the project with doing the video game and all the new announcements.
Yes. Oh, for sure. The guy put out like a new roadmap, and it was like a whole page long. And on top of all that, there's only 3,000 of them. Whereas you're buying these apes and you're buying the bulls, they're all like 10,000, right? How many apes were there? Were there 8 or 10?
10K, yeah.
Yeah, every other project's 10,000. The cats is only 3.
Yeah.
But as you said, talk about the fun in the beginning. Like, what happened there? Remember that?
Oh man, what happened? There was a major FUD. Like when they first came out,
it was pranksty.
Oh, right. That's what it was. That's right.
Yeah.
Pranksy was hating on them a little bit. Then we ran into gas wars as well. A lot of people lost a lot of gas. Oh, right. Because they allowed people to continue to mint. So the website was showing that there were a few left, and they allowed people to continue to mint, but they actually were none left. And so, there was, we usually get into gas wars, but this was a little bit different because people went in to mint thinking that there were some left, and there were literally none left. And then that happened. And then when they came out, I started to see, actually, I don't know if you've heard this one, similar to what's going on with the Bulls right now, but I started to see a lot of hate for the art itself. And people saying, oh, look at those laser eyes. I can use my phone app to put those laser eyes on those cats.
I didn't hear that. I didn't see that stuff.
Yeah, and it just, oh, man, it was mass panic. And then now I'm remembering that the worst part of the FUD was that they're not actually...
That's what screwed me up. This is what screwed me up. What are you about to say?
That they're not a ERC 720 token, that they're ERC...
Oh, no, something else. It was something else, too. There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so the fact that they're not an ERC 720 token, and I think it's 1521, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the difference between the two?
The difference is that you can actually store 2 tokens inside an ERC 1551.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There were double cats and stuff.
So there were all of a sudden we had 2 cats, exactly. So we had 2 owners per cat.
Yeah,
2 owners per cat, and it ended up kind of being an OpenSea bug anyway. But man, it was just like the perfect storm. And yeah, those cats went down pretty low. And look at what they've done now. Look what a good community. They got a pretty hardcore community, and look at how they've turned around, right? So good for them.
Also, one more thing that neither of us said, which actually made me what made me miss the whole drop, is they had to release it 12 minutes early because somebody went in there and they were buying them early. I actually planned my whole day around. I was at Dick's Sporting Goods buying my kid a pair of pants for softball, and on my way home, I get the message "Oh, the drop's going right now," and I'm like, "Oh!" And I couldn't even get in. And then by the time I did get in, it was at the tail end of it. I lost 300 in gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they had to change the time because somebody figured out how to mint the cats ahead of time.
That's what I'm talking about.
The fact that they changed the time made a lot of people upset.
Yeah, made it they went 12 minutes earlier.
Yeah, but then the reason why people started questioning their contract, right? Going, okay, well, now you're letting other people mint. It was just a perfect storm, and that was one of the worst drops we've seen. Which incredible.
I think the worst is the panda drop.
Tell me about that one. I wasn't involved in the panda drop. I didn't even look at the pandas.
I wasn't either. But in case you didn't hear about it, Russ.
Sounds like some mud. That's the mud that you got to wade through right there. The panda drop.
This one's so bad. People were trying to mint, and they had something that screwed up, so they went back into the OpenSea and made a whole new contract and added a D to the end of the name, so it had 2 Ds instead of 1. It was Panda Club, so it was
maybe. So they just changed the name because they messed it up the first time?
Yeah, and then they messed up the second one, and then they were working on a third one, and everybody in the Discord just going nuts. So what happens? All the mods just vanish. They're gone. They're gone, and I don't know if people lost money or what happened, but it's just the whole project. Last I heard is it's vanished.
You guys think any of these are gonna because like you said, Crypto Poppy, NFT God, I myself, we all got introduced to NFTs through Top Shop. Now, obviously, that took about 5 months, 6 months from launch in early October to really hit that peak. And I think we're gonna get another one of those that brings in more people and sparks up more interest. It's just trying to identify which that one is, which obviously is what a lot of these shows have been about the last few weeks, of finding these different kind of smaller niche markets that could rise up.
I think the 3 most promising products for that kind of
mainstream juice to the community.
First off, you have to say Zed Run. They already have partnerships with Atari and Stella Beer. I just
don't know if horse racing is that.
No, it might not be.
wide ranging to get enough. Like Top Shot, like the NBA community, the fan base they have built in is what drew all of us in here. Now, I would never have known about Zed Run if I hadn't known about Top Shot. Like I would never know about Zed Run. No. It doesn't matter probably what kind of sponsorships. Like none of my friends, none of my family members know what Zed Run is, but most of them know what Top Shot is because.
All right, there's another one that's kind of like Zed Run. It's race cars called Riot Racers. That's one that could. I'm
surprised though. Sorare, is that what it's called? Sorare?
Yeah,
Sorare. Yeah.
The soccer one has not jumped, just has not exploded, but maybe it's more of a Sorare problem and not a overall demand community problem.
Yeah, on Sorare. So I actually found NBA Top Shot and Sorare at the exact same time. And I registered for both at the exact same time. I'm a much bigger soccer football fan than I am a basketball fan, and I barely touched Sorare. I bought 2 things and they're still there, and I don't really have an interest in going back. So I don't think not to disappoint anybody who might be invested in it, and all the best if you are, but I just haven't seen the innovation the way that what drew me in about Top Shot was the experience and the innovation. It was like, and by the way, I watch more basketball now than I watch soccer, like other than the Euro Cup, which is going on. But there was I don't know, man. It so rare for me was like DOS and Top Shot was like Windows or Mac. Like it was just such a different experience that I couldn't connect with Sorare. And I think Sorare markets, so they target to the fantasy, type of audience.
It's more of a trading card type of feel, right? That's what it seems to me from all the research I've done on it.
Yeah, and they've got like the fantasy league nailed down, and you can build a team and play fantasy.
Yeah, but that's what I don't like about it.
I've never played that. I've never been into that. It's not my thing. But Top Shot collectibles, I'm into. Like I've always been into collectibles, and it just feels a lot different for me.
Well, here's something about Sorare that I really don't like about it is they have different tiers of cards or whatever these are, and you have like your basic, then you have your blue, and then you have your silver or something. So how it works is I think they allow you to play like maybe 5 or 6 weeks with any combination of the cards. But then once you get all that, then you're not allowed to play anymore in the beginner leagues. You have to go to the global leagues, and you can only play if you have 4 rare cards out of the 5. So you have to pony up for these rare cards, which knocks everybody out. I mean, I'm not spending money on soccer. I don't even like soccer. Like,
so the Whales win, right? In that sense?
I mean, or people that want to keep putting more and more money in, and they keep introducing more guys, and it's
and how does it how do the cards organically gain value if you have such a regimented tier system to be able to utilize the cards?
Well, the guys have averages. So say your guy scores a goal or gets an assist or whatever, however they scored, you get points, and then it's a weekly thing. So it's like FanDuel, but with these, and you have to have the card and you put it in. But I have like a lot of cards. I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, and I bought a lot of rare cards, but they were of dudes that aren't even playing yet. They're like rookies that aren't even. So I have all these cards that I can't even play with, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's cool because you win prizes pretty much for any place you get, at least top like 50%. But overall, the experience could be a lot better.
I feel that. All right, fellas.
I'd love to address something because you asked a really good question. The other issue with Sorare, which I think is very, very different from Top Shot, is and I'll get to answer in terms of what I think is going to be the next catalyst to bringing more net new people into the space. Sorare, you still have the barrier to entries. You still have to understand crypto. You got to go and use a MetaMask wallet and buy ETH. NBA Top Shot, man, you put your credit card in, you buy. My little sister's literally buying NBA Top Shot right now.
Right.
And she, has never touched crypto in her life. So for me, the next product that comes that is more similar to Top Shot from the perspective of put your credit card in and market to the masses is probably the next product that's going to bring a whole net new of people into the NFT space and into crypto. And the ones that are looking likely are probably obviously UFC coming from Dapper Labs. I could tell you all of my buddies are standing on the sidelines right now. None of them really got into NBA Top Shot except buying a few packs here and there, but they're not into basketball. They're into UFC hardcore, and they're standing on the sideline asking me every week, when is UFC coming? So I think that might be one. And I forgot what the other one was going to be. Oh, the other interesting one is Vive. Vivi. So I actually haven't. I have the app. I downloaded and installed it, and I don't know. I didn't love the experience myself. I'm kind of loving the OpenSea. I know hardcore degen stuff, but I actually think Vivi with Disney. I don't know if you guys heard that announcement, but Marvel this week made a deal with Vivi. They're coming to Vivi. That means Disney's in Vivi. Now
they had that deal though. They had that deal for months. They just announced it.
Yeah. But you could see now, okay, so imagine Disney, like this is where my head starts running wild like it was 4 years ago. And I'm pretty sure 4 years, like they're going to prove me right. There's no way this isn't going to happen where you're using the Vivi app to go to the Disney park to get access to Fast Pass to see Ariel, with your daughter in the priority VIP line. And because you have the Ariel collectible. So I think that's ESPN. A huge space that could bring in a net new folks.
I think you're totally right, Crypto Poppy. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be one of these like OpenSea 5,000 drop 0.2 ETH types of art projects. It's going to be one of those built-in, obvious fan base. Got it ready to go. I think the Marvel thing is a great point. And another thing, when you think about these entertainment companies like Disney, like the Disney company in general with Hulu and ESPN and all that, they're not as worried about, I think, kind of views and the overall box office numbers from their content. They want direct to the pocket type of money, and that's exactly what the NFTs can bring. And we're not on the Western frontier here anymore. There's only so many stones to turn for revenue, and this is turning into one of those things at a time when obviously movies, the box office, all that stuff is starting to go away from these built-in kind of terrestrial landscape media companies.
For sure. And also Vivi has a few awards right now. You can't withdraw yet. That's a big one.
Big problem.
No, the Top Shot had to deal with that. Their marketplace is finally open, but it has some bugs that needs to be fixed. I have a lot of Vivi products, by the way. I've given away a lot of them.
What is that? How do you spell it again?
VEVE. It's an app on your phone only. It's not a web page. They have Back to the Future rights. They have a whole bunch of things from like Japan or something. They have the other comics, the Batman and Superman. They have that. They have their partnership as well. DC Comics.
Yep.
And
they got the monopoly up in here.
Well, I've heard many times now that they have a deal with the NFL as well.
That's right. Yep. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah. So just think, and all their stuff on this app, it's already all in AR. So you can like the Back to the Future car, like you can like have your phone out in front of you and like have it in the street. You can have the Back to the Future car, and you can like go up and you can like open the doors and stuff, and it looks like you're in this car. Just think about that when you go to NFL and you have Pat Mahomes throwing you a touchdown pass or something. Like that's gonna be sick.
Look at all this.
They have so much, man. So much.
This is fantastic. I love the clean layout too. This is just like, have you guys heard of Collectible? They're that new app, sports memorabilia trading app. It's kind of like a stock market for sports memorabilia. And they just bought the most expensive baseball card ever sold. I think it was one of the Babe Ruths from like a really rare, like 10 were ever made pack. And what you do is you kind of, they release the item in shares, and then you can buy up all the. It's kind of like NFTs a little bit. You buy up all the shares, and once the market cap is sold out, then you wait and see. You monitor the value of it, and you take a vote as an overall community. It's like you got to get 60% of the people to vote yes on when you want to sell.
Oh, so it's like a DAO. DAO.
Yeah, it's like a DAO essentially. Yeah, it's like a DAO, and that's another burgeoning spot in the actual physical collectible trading market. So it's kind of weird how similar they are. They both have the same kind of black type of listing. issue, and it's kind of looks like OpenSea as well here with the B platform.
Yeah, they have a few of those companies already where it's like in a vault, so you just own a percentage of it. It's kind of like what Collector Kev said on the show, where he owns like a little tiny piece of the NFT of the United States Constitution. It's kind of like that, where you just own your share, and then the majority has to vote to sell, right?
Yep, exactly. All righty, fellas. What do we got? Anything that we want to clue in here as we roll out of the show? Actually, final 5-10 minutes here. We'll bring in Daniel Mateo. He has joined the program.
Sweet.
Coming in from the @NFT blockchain and @Bitcoin advisory accounts on Twitter. You can catch them on the NFT podcast, the NFT newsletter, substack.com/about. We'll drop all those links at the end of the show. But Daniel, welcome in, my man. We were just talking about Vive Digital, and we're actually getting ready to wrap up the show here in just a few minutes. But give us a background on where you come from, how you got into NFTs, and what the journey's been like so far.
He's been on the show before. In case he was on the show when we had a lot of people. I think it was the night we had Mag. It was like
it was a crazy
that
show.
Was a blur. That was the Zed Run show, I think. The Zed Run.
No. It was a different show where we had Mag NFT, where he was like out in the woods and stuff.
No, that was my show. No, that was my show. That was on my show.
I'm sorry,
you can't even keep your show straight.
Yeah,
NFT
bro.
guy. Throwing wrenches in here. Daniel, go ahead, man. Give us your background.
Go ahead, Dan. Sorry, Daniel.
No problem, guys. So basically, I've been in NFTs like most people since I think a little before January, the NBA Top Shots. And since then, we've all, fluctuated to other projects. My media platform transitioned over from Wall Street Bets over to NFTs because, in my opinion, it's the future. So from there, we've just been watching all these projects. And I figure since we're about to wrap up, did you guys see today was a crazy day? Sorry, I'm a little unprepared. I just got home from the gym and everything.
No,
have you guys covered
we'll definitely have you on in the future. But you got an interesting project for us to check out.
Did you guys check out the Twitter NFTs today?
They were dropping hard. They were doing them all over the place. I'll go ahead and pull them up as you're describing.
Yeah, so today Twitter dropped 140 exclusive NFTs and gave them away for free.
What?
And we had
man.
Yeah, and you didn't see this?
No, I told you guys. I came back to Squanch. There was like 500 messages in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we could spend 3 hours on what happened today. This has been an insane day, man.
Insane day. I haven't been able to keep up. We've been all over the place. Our platform is from Instagram to Twitter has been nuts all day. I think I had like 50 tweets to Twitter officially, just trying to get in on the drop. So they transferred about 140. I don't know. You would have to double check to see if they minted all of them and traded them to everybody. But one of them sold for 50 Ethereum today.
What?
A free NFT drop transfer today for 50 Ethereum was sold.
how'd you get these? How'd they get them?
Free.
You had to reply at a certain time, and you just had to
like
get
one of the giveaways, essentially.
Nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows how they determined who they went to. They obviously, from what we saw, they went to like a lot of blue check marks and influencers, which is awesome. Which is totally fine. I mean, it's their market, exactly. And people just started getting DMs, saying, "Hey, you got this thing," and they're still going. By the way, my understanding is Japan Twitter's giving them out now. So the 140 weren't out as of like an hour ago. They were still kind of revealing them over, because Japan is obviously just waking up. So.
Nice. That's crazy, man. 50 ETH? Dang.
Twitter Japan.
Think about it. It's only 140 of them, right?
Yeah.
First ones they drop, like these are going to be some serious collectibles.
And so they're just from Twitter? It's like Twitter's the minter?
Twitter, yeah.
I need this one. I need the reply guy. I need that one in my life.
And the background, I think, was who was it? It was the lady who has all the controversy. Yeah, it was.
Oh, was that lady that everybody was talking about earlier?
Yeah. If you guys don't follow Art Chick, she's hilarious and for sure controversial.
I follow her.
But they actually put her tweet up in their banner for the entire day and said we're dropping NFTs all day, and had her basically tweet, which was a hilarious tweet. I won't do it justice. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was really funny.
Twitter had just a screenshot
Yes,
of
bro.
her tweet like all day today.
Oh,
It was
yes,
just her
bro.
tweet. Like that was the main thing on Twitter's banner. It was nuts.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
How
They put
many
us on the planet today.
how many followers does she have now? Like a ton, I bet, right?
Good question.
Right.
I know she was at 25K, so I'll check right now. Good question.
I mean, they had her posted on there all day. That's like being on the Google page. So
Yep.
here's my take on all of this is I'm sure you guys heard the news about IG trying to basically recruit a bunch of artists over to them so that they can like give them ideas and they make them sign NDAs and all this crap in the beginning that basically build out their platform to compete with Twitter, because Twitter owns pretty much the whole NFT market right now. And IG slash Facebook wants to compete with that. So they're actually paying these artists, from what I hear, peanuts that come over there, give them all their great ideas, and then basically none of the profit. Or maybe some profit down the road. But yeah, a lot of them are saying no. There's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, and like,
doing
how
that.
could you? I mean, how are they gonna? How do you even profit share that?
No, they want to build up their followers on TikTok, or not TikTok, on IG, and then they'll give them the money you give to those people that have it. I don't know what you call. I don't know. I never tried to monetize anything yet, so I don't know how all that works.
All right. Well, it was a fun show, fellas. We will have to get Daniel back on next week or week after that for a full show. Have him on for the entire time and chop everything up. And a lot of NFT drops in the wings. A lot of NFT drops going on, and this Twitter drop, just another one. Everybody's getting in on it. We're going to be monitoring it throughout the next growth phase in the NFT community. For NFT God, I'm Russ Heltman. Big shout out to Crypto Poppy and Daniel Mateo for briefly coming on. We're going to get him back on, though. We're going to get a full show from Daniel for sure. And we'll have to have Crypto Poppy back on as well. So everybody out there listening, watching on YouTube and Twitch, along with Periscope, we thank you. And we'll be back next week, same time, same place on Limited Edition.